Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Robert Devane, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 351. Be careful what you wish for.
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
Be careful what you wish for. Fairly self-explanatory, that title, but have you thought about it as it relates to your hopes, your wishes, your desires, and your goals? The very first thing you've got to do is figure out, do you really want it? Now, when we say it, we could be talking about, absolutely, obtaining a possession or, an experience, or some type of success, new career, any kind of an advancement at any kind of goal that you're setting for yourself in your life. Be careful what you wish for. First of all, you have to figure out, do you really want it? Do you really want it for yourself? So whether it's an experience or, a material possession or an advancement, whatever that may be, or all of those things. Who knows? Hopefully you've got lots of goals, lots of aspirations, lots of plans. But this is it. You've got to figure out why. Why do you really want it? Did you set that goal for yourself based on your perception of what you think other people, or what you might even know other people want for you? Is it really truly your goal? Is it really truly something that you yourself wish for, and why? Is the reasoning behind it strong enough to weather you through whatever it takes to achieve it? So the very first step, do you really want it? Be careful what you wish for. Do you really want what you are wishing for? And why? You need to figure those out, and they need to be strong reasons. It can't just be because, you just want it or you like the look of something. It's going to make it very difficult when problems arise. So the second part to be careful what you wish for is, do you understand if it's something large? If it's something that you're wishing for yourself, do you understand the risk and the sacrifice to obtaining / achieving it? Do you understand what it's going to take? And are you prepared to pay the price, or the prices of achieving what it is you're wishing for? A lot of the times people aren't. And if they could reverse time and realized the risk and the sacrifice, maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would be more careful what they were wishing for, and maybe that wouldn't be on the list. Do you understand, and are you prepared to make the sacrifices? And the sacrifices, depending on what it is that you're hoping to achieve or obtain, the sacrifices could permeate to every area of your life. Your achieving of this thing that you're wishing for could take all of your time, all of your money. Maybe you won't have any space in your life for any kind of healthy relationship. Maybe you will have no time for anything else, no funds for anything else. Depending on what it is that you're setting out to achieve, depending on what it is you are wishing for, be careful, because the risk may be larger than you're anticipating. The sacrifice may be a hell of a lot harder in the worst case scenario? And are you prepared? If someone laid it out and explained to you exactly how hard it could be, would you still pursue the goal? Hopefully at this stage now, you've figured out what it is you really want and why, and you understand fully, eyes wide open, what the risk and the sacrifices could potentially be in a worst case scenario, and you're still listening, you're still ready to pursue this goal and this wish. So we're on to point number 3. What happens once you've got it or achieved it? What will your life be like? Will it be all smelling of roses, or will you regret it? Could you regret achieving it? What happens if it turns out that your vision of this success, of this goal, of this wish, of this achievement is very different from the reality? What happens if it's not all brilliant? It's not all a bed of roses and you don't come out smelling of roses. Don't know why I'm making so many floral analogies, but what happens if the reality of it is very different to what you imagined? Is there the potential for you to regret ever going for your goal and certainly achieving your goal? Could it have a negative impact on your life or the lives of those around you? It could. So really have a balanced view, really have a think of each goal. I'm absolutely not trying to put you off achieving things, progressing in your life, setting goals. In fact, the opposite. I want to make sure, number 1, that you're sure what you want. Number 2, that you understand the changes you're going to have to make to yourself and to your life in order to achieve it, and that you're willing and able to do it. And number 3, that once you've achieved what it is you're setting out to achieve, it's not going to negatively impact your life, and it will be the experience that you hoped and wished for. So the next bit is the understanding that whatever you create, whatever you value, whatever you obtain, can become your captor. It can become your jailer. It can become like a prison sentence. Now, that prison sentence could be a prison sentence that you're happy with and that you'll willingly accept, or it could be a horrible prison sentence. What the hell am I talking about? Well, let's make it really, really easy and as obvious as possible. You set up a business. So you love a particular thing that you do and you think, right, I could set up a business around this thing. When you set up your business around the thing, maybe you loved the actual activity, but you didn't like the business of the activity. But now you are stuck. Or maybe you do love the business of the activity, but it's still hardship. You're still stuck because you need to see it through to fruition. It's still comparable to some type of a sentence, some type of a prison sentence. That sentence is for a period of time, whatever period is necessary, until you either sell off the business or, progress to something else, or whatever your exit strategy is. But a lot of family businesses, a lot of businesses that are based off an initial love for a certain activity, they do go through phases of change. I mean, I know this. I'm involved in the fitness industry. I've created a business around martial arts. I absolutely love martial arts. Absolutely. I love my martial arts business. Are there times I might have considered, was this the right direction? Of course they are. When? Anytime it's hard. That's the first thing you think. And while it has been good to me, there's many people I have seen and many people I've spoken to that their passion project has become like a prison sentence. As I said, the prison sentence could be a good prison sentence, could be a bad prison sentence. But either way, you are tied for a period of time to doing what it is that you've opted to do, and whatever you've created. Your creation, whatever it is you create, whatever it is you wish and you work for into your life, will change things in your life. Let's talk about a material possession. Maybe let's talk about a car, I suppose is the most obvious one, but it can be any material possession. But maybe you actually finally achieve your dream car. It could be your dream, I don't know, house. It could be your dream clothes. It could be your dream travel experience. Anything. Let's go with a car. Did you envision, when you were setting out to achieve this dream car, did you realize the upkeep, the maintenance, the looking after, the security measures, the safety measures? Did you realize that something, whatever it is that you cherish, is going to require time? It's going to require changes in your life. There's opportunity cost for everything. You now have something. Maybe it's worth, the more money it's worth, the more looking after it's going to require, which is taking your time, your energy, and your money away from other things. So this dream car of yours, it's a depreciating asset unless you very wisely purchase something that's going to increase in value. And the only way it's going to increase in value is if you're looking after it. So either way, no matter which way you look at this scenario, it's going to, the fact that you have this, you've wished and worked for and achieved this goal into your life, it's going to require continual time. It's going to require continual energy. It's going to require continual money. It's going to require continual motivation to look after. It's going to require continual discipline as well in your life. So if you have a few of these things in your life, imagine the amount of effort required to look after, these things. So an attachment, I'm not saying an attachment to material possessions is a bad thing. We all need material possessions in our lives. Some increase the value of our lives, and some may detract from this is what you've got to figure out for yourself. Whether your goal was to improve yourself, improve your experiences, improve your possessions, you really need to figure out those three things. Number one, do you really want it, and why? Number two, do you understand the risk and the sacrifice, and are you willing to pay that price? And number three, once you've got it, how will it change your life? Could it negatively affect your life? Could you potentially regret having followed your goal to fruition? And finally, just to understand that what may be fun, what may be absolutely brilliant, could eventually become some kind of a captor, some type of a jail sentence to you. Are you willing to accept the sentence for the period of time necessary? Hopefully that has added to the strength and the motivation and your discipline and your confidence in achieving what it is that you're setting out for. Discard the stuff that doesn't pass the test of those three statements / questions. Discard them. You're not going to be able to follow through. If it's just a fleeting wish or a fleeting want, if it's an easy enough goal to attain, then yeah, absolutely. But we're talking about something more fundamentally. If it's, something more long term, something that requires a hell of a lot more changes and action on your behalf, that's really what we're talking about. Is it worth it? And will it ultimately improve your life? I would love to hear, what was on your mind? What goals, what aspirations were you thinking about when we were talking about all those points during this episode? Let me know. I'd absolutely love to know where you're at in life, what stage are you at, what it is that you're chasing after, what it is you're hoping to achieve, and the very best wishes with it all. Hopefully that has increased your resolve, increased your determination, and the very best wishes with it all. Let me know. Message me anytime. Thank you for listening. I'm Robert Devane, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.